Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is back on the big screen with its official release tomorrow, and I'm really excited to talk about this one because it might be the best Ninja Turtles movie to date. Let's get on to the review. What's going on, film fans? It is Brad from Let's Be Real Brad. I talk about movies, TV shows, ranking videos, and physical media. So if those are all things that you enjoy me talking about, then definitely hit that subscribe button and also leave a like on this video. It is greatly appreciated. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is back with a brand new movie, and this time it is animation, which is awesome because I really love animation and I really enjoy the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show as well as the 2003 and the 2012 show as well. And I haven't seen the rise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I've heard it's pretty good as well. So now getting a big theatrical release in theaters and not doing a continuation of those Michael Bay produced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action movies that were just... we don't like to talk about those on this channel. And now having Seth Rogen produce this movie as well, everything about this film felt like it was done right. I truly hope that this film gets nominated for Best Animated Feature Film when it comes around for the Oscars next year because this movie was incredible. So let's just dive into my positives first and let's start off with the animation. This is easily the most noticeable and probably the best aspect about this film. There's going to be a lot of people comparing the animation of this film to the Spider-Verse films. I can understand where people are coming from in terms of comparing the animation style to the Spider-Verse films, and it is very similar as those Spider-Verse films are animated, and I think they're the best in the Spider-Man franchise, and this movie's animated is very similar and different and unique to a lot of the other mainstream animated films. And while watching the film, I found the animation to be its own distinct style, like how I found Puss in Boots: The Last Wish from last December. It is so breathtaking and so immersive with so much love and care that went into this style that felt just so right for this film. It truly has this Brooklyn, New York feel to the film, just like the Spider-Verse movies do in terms of its color, the presentation, the music, the way the characters talk, and I was absolutely encapsulated by this film. I absolutely adored the cinematography as well as the lighting in this movie, and the shot selections were so great, and it just had this upbeat energy that you would expect when you watch something of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I also really love the character design of all the turtles, as they feel exactly like the turtles of how you expect them to look, but they feel like their own unique and distinct style, where when they take off their bandanas, I still know who they are by the shape of their head and the way that their body looks. One of my favorite aspects about this film has to be the voice acting here, where everybody did a fantastic job, especially because there are so many big name actors in this movie like Jackie Chan, Paul Rudd, and so many more that I don't want to spoil if you don't know who's in this film. And it was never distracting. I honestly had no idea any of these people were in the movie while watching it because everyone feels like the character that they're supposed to be and not just hearing the actor's voice and just being like, oh yeah, that's clearly Paul Rudd. All of the actors are perfectly cast as all these characters, especially all the teenagers in this movie. They did a fantastic job with being the Ninja Turtles and having so much chemistry together. And when Seth Rogen did the marketing for this film, he actually marketed the kids in the movie and how they actually recorded all of their lines together instead of doing it separately. And you feel it in this movie, especially when they're talking over each other and being silly and funny. They just have so much chemistry together, and it came out so perfectly. The action sequences of the Turtles franchise is definitely some of my favorite, as it is super silly and lots of fun and cool weapons, and this movie definitely utilizes it with so much action that had such great shot selections and such an amazing presentation that you just feel there's so much love and care that went into choreographing every single action sequence in the storyboarding and the way it is animated. I found it to be just so exciting and so cool to watch on the big screen, especially when the action feels just like a live action movie without feeling like it's, lowering it for a younger audience. And I really appreciated that. When there's action, there's always comedy when it comes to the Ninja Turtles films. And I found the comedy to be the best out of the whole series of movies, as I really enjoyed the humor in this movie, as I was laughing hysterically at so many moments throughout. There's so many amazing well-timed jokes, and most of it is due to the writing, but the performances, especially by Ice Cube as the villain, he was easily the funniest character, and his delivery was very reminiscent of his character from the Jump Street movies. So if you like those movies, you'll definitely like his performance in this film. As much as I love the action and comedy of the Ninja Turtles, as we have seen through every single piece of media, this movie has more of an emotional edge to it that we haven't really seen from the other movies and shows. The 2006 animated film TMNT did attempt to try to make a more emotional arc to the characters, especially with Leonardo and Raphael, which was one of the better aspects about that film, but this movie takes it one step further, and I truly cared about these characters. I mean, I always have cared about the characters, but not in a deep, lovable way like this. And I really loved it, especially the backstory of Splinter and the Ninja Turtles was so sweet and genuine, and I honestly could have watched the whole movie if it was done just like that backstory. It was insanely compelling. This movie is also filled with so many nostalgic references to the films, the comic books, and the television shows. So if you know your Ninja Turtles, you're definitely going to get very excited for those references. Unfortunately, I do have a few criticisms with this film, and I do have to start with the product placement, as this film has a lot of product placement in this film, whether it is Doritos or Pizza Hut or anything else that you would see in the film, and that is not unusual for the Ninja Turtles movies, as pretty much every single movie besides the 2006 TMNT movie had a lot of product placement. But I just don't feel like this movie should have had it, to be honest with you, because the movie was so good and it just felt very unnecessary. And my final criticism with this film is with the story structure, as I found this film to be very predictable and very formulaic, especially with it being a coming-of-age superhero film. But I did feel that it followed the beat for beat that you would come to expect, especially in the third act, where it does feel a little cheesy and everything kind of comes together in a nice wrapped up way. Overall, guys, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem was a fantastic animated film that I truly enjoyed so much. I can't wait to see this film again. If you're a big Ninja Turtles fan, you're definitely going to need to see this film. I just love supporting a film like this that I personally feel is great, but also so much time and love and care went into the making of this film. It doesn't feel rushed. It feels like everybody involved wanted to make this film, and I just think that this movie is definitely Oscar worthy. So definitely go out and support this film. I am giving Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for checking out this review. As I want to know below in the comment section, have you seen this film? And if you have, where would you rank it among the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies? I can't wait to hear about it. And as always, I'll see you guys all in the following video.